All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is put my extensions in. I am probably gonna be using all of the tracks. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm gonna play it by ear. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is section my hair off. I'm gonna go right below the ears and pull this section up. I'm just using a little butterfly clip to get it out of the way. All right. Oh, and by the way, I just dried my hair. I put some mousse in it and my argan oil, and then I just dried it. All right, so now what I'm doing is I'm teasing at the roots all the way around to have something for the tracks to secure to. All right, so now I'm gonna take my three clip extensions, and I'm just gonna clip these in the back. And then I'm just gonna take my fingers and kind of run my own hair through them. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Tresemme heat protectant, spray all of this hair, run my fingers through it. Then I'm gonna take my hairspray. This is Matrix Design Pulse Hard Lock. This is a really stiff hairspray. Spray that all the way down. All right, now I'm just gonna take a section of hair about this big. I'm using my extension and my regular hair. It doesn't matter. I'm just grabbing a piece. This is my Hot Tools. It is a 1 1/4 inch, I believe. I'm going to start closer to the root. I'm going to leave the ends out just a little bit and then wrap it up. Not quite all the way to the root, but kind of. Hold it there for a while and then release it. I'm gonna grab another section. And I find the best way is that if you do get your extension hair with your real hair, it blends better. Some people will curl their extensions first. I've done that before. Like before you put them in your hair, it's your personal preference. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this all the way around the bottom layer of my hair. All right, so now once I have this bottom layer curled, I'm gonna take another section down. This time I'm going to go kind of in the middle of my ear and pull that up. Actually, no, let's go to the top of the ear. Clip that up out of the way. Take your comb again and grab your hair and tease at the root all the way around. All right, now what I'm gonna do is take one of my bigger tracks. This has 4 clips. Let me turn around so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, all you do is just slip your clips in. Make sure they're nice and secure into the hair that you've teased. If you don't tease it, a lot of times the clips will just slide right out. All right, so once I have my hair in, spray it again with my Tresemme. Again with my hairspray. And then once again, I'm just gonna repeat the process. I'm gonna go ahead and do this last section. This is about even with my eyebrow. I'm gonna go ahead and secure my extensions in. All right, so next I'm gonna go ahead and do the sides. So I'm gonna take my top section down, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go about even kind of with my eyebrow and pull this up, clip it out of the way, take my comb and tease this section, All right, now I'm gonna take my track. You wanna take a small track. These have 2 prongs. And I'm just gonna go ahead and clip these in. You don't wanna get it too close to the front because you don't wanna be able to see the edge of the clip. So I go about a 1/2 inch in or so. Then you're gonna do the same process. All right, so I went ahead and sprayed all of it with hairspray. Now I'm gonna take my top section down. And when you are gonna curl this, but you don't need to do a lot because a lot of it's gonna be back in your like kind of poof. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this section that I haven't curled yet right above my tracks and tease it really well at the roots. She has a huge kind of bouffant in this picture. You don't have to go that big, obviously. I'm not gonna go as big as hers, but I mean, you can, obviously, by all means. So I'm gonna tease all of this top section. And then I'm gonna go ahead and spray it all with my heat tamer and with hairspray. And then I'm just gonna grab different pieces and just curl about halfway up or so, just to get those ends curled. And I'm just gonna do this all the way around my head, this crown section. All right, so I went ahead and curled that whole top section. I'm gonna spray it again with hairspray. And I'm not gonna run my fingers or anything through it yet because the curls are gonna kind of come out when I put this top section up. All right, so now you're gonna need some bobby pins. And what I'm going to do is you want to kind of smooth out your top section and get it kind of in the position you want. So she, from her part in her bangs, she has it all back. So I'm just going to take this top section, tease it a little bit again, and just kind of place it back in the direction that I want. And I'm going to grab these side pieces, tease them a little bit, and kind of place them where I want. And the same thing on this side. Now, I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can. When I do my hair half up, I don't grab all the hair down to the root, if that makes sense. So you would think kind of like in the same thing with a ponytail, let's say you stick your finger and then slide and get all of this hair. I don't do that. I only grab like kind of the top few sections. Does that make sense? You're gonna have to try it and play with it. You don't want your finger to touch your scalp. You just wanna kind of grab this hair that rests on top. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna take this top section here, all right, so just about ready, like from ear to ear, and I'm going to grab it, and I'm not gonna go all the way to the root, remember. I'm just gonna grab some of this hair. So let me turn around and kind of show you what's going on in the back too. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab this top section. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the film. I'm gonna grab this top section of hair and just kind of poof it up a little bit to get it in kind of the shape that you want. And then you're gonna take a bobby pin and bobby pin this into place. And don't worry about seeing bobby pins right here because we're going to cover this up. So I put one in that way. I'm gonna put the other one in the other direction to kind of secure it. And then you can kind of look in the mirror and just kind of shape this a little bit if you want. All right, so I have my top section pinned. I'm going to spray it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on the sides. So you have this side teased here. So I'm gonna grab it. Remember, you don't wanna grab all the hair. And I like to leave a little bit in front of my ear. I think it's too severe if you take the whole thing. You know, whatever, to each his own, do whatever you want. So I'm gonna grab this section. I am gonna tease it a little bit more. And it's okay if you tease it too much because we're gonna smooth it out. All right, so I'm gonna take this side and I'm just going to shape it and put it where I want it. So I'm gonna pull it back. All right, and then where I'm gonna pin it is I'm gonna pull it over all of this mess that I just did here and secure it on the other side of it. Like so. Now if your hair is heavier, if you have more hair, if it doesn't feel secure, go ahead and put another bobby pin in there if you want to secure it. Okay, now you can see my tracks kind of coming out here. I'm just gonna take the tail end of my comb and just kind of pull some of this top hair down over it to hide it. And then I'm gonna take some hairspray and just spray that hair in place to cover where my track was. See? And now what you wanna do is take your comb and kind of pull this hair up so it combines with the hair that you just pinned back. All right, now you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. You do wanna leave out your bang. She has a big bang down in front. You can kind of, be your own judge at how much bang you would like to have down. All right, same thing. I'm gonna leave some of my hair down over my ear. I'm not gonna pull it all the way to the scalp. I'm just gonna grab some of this hair right here, tease it a little bit at the root, and then I'm just gonna pull this hair back and do the same thing that I did on the other side. So I'm gonna pull it, let me spin around, I'm gonna pull it all the way around to the other side and pin it up. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is work on my bangs a little bit here. I already sprayed my heat tamer and all that jazz. So I'm gonna grab my section of bang, I'm gonna take my curling iron, and I'm gonna go away from my face. And I'm just doing the ends. I just wanna get a little bit of a swoop. I'm gonna grab some of the pieces that fell out and do the same thing. And then just kind of combine it all together. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and spray those bad boys down. All right, so this is what I have. It's not as big, obviously, as Jessica's, but I'm not doing a photo shoot today, so I can't really be walking around with huge, humongo hair. Now what I'm gonna do is just kind of shake out my curls a little bit and kind of blend in my hair with the curls. Now I did my curls really loose, so they've fallen out a lot already on their own just doing everything else, but I just kind of want to loosen it up a little bit just for good measure. Okay, now you just want to kind of touch up anywhere where your extensions are kind of going hacky. Okay, so you can see my hair is kind of sticking out here a little bit. I'm just going to grab some of that hair and then some of my extension hair and just curl this together to try to make it look a little bit more uniform right there. All right, guys, so here is the finished look. This is my Jessica Simpson inspired do. Okay, let me try to spin so I can show you the back. All right, so this is it. I did the makeup as well. And yeah, I hope you like it. If you have any questions, please let me know. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye.